Hello, everyone. We are so excited to be here. Thank you, thank you, thank you, Reedsy. Thank you, Martin. Thank you, Isabella, who helped us get this started. My name is Kelly. Also, here we have Gabby and Genevieve, and we are Team Story Wars. And we are just so excited to spend a little time this afternoon with all of you. What is Story Wars? Story Wars is a place where spontaneous creativity mixes and mingles with friendly competition, and we get to celebrate the fun, the joy, the play of creating without any of the second guessing, self judgment, or anything else that often gets in the way of our own creative processes. So, we're going to have a lot of fun. And we are going to have 3 rounds today with 6 participants who were chosen from the prompt takeover that we had. And, I don't know if they quite know what they're in store for, but we're going to find out soon enough. It's going to be 3 rounds of impromptu, high energy.
Oh, maybe.
Oh no.
Kelly's cut out at a crucial moment.
You know what? And that's okay because he was encroaching on my side of things anyway. So, oh, is he back?
Oh, did I?
You're back. You're back. You're good.
Am I back?
You're going to be explaining my rules.
You're back.
All right, Gabby, I'll throw it over to you.
All right. Hi, everybody. I'm Gabby. I am part of the Story Wars team. We're so excited to have you all here. So what are we doing, right? That might be the question you are asking yourself. So here's how this is going to work. Once we introduce our writers, we'll kind of go over the rules, but they are all battling for $1,000. But we do encourage you at home or wherever you are, at work, wherever, take some time to write with us. We'd love to see, what you might be able to come up with in the chat. We're really excited about it. But I'm especially excited to welcome in our new writers. We're so excited to be doing this first time collaboration with Reedsy and to have our inaugural writers and competitors. So I'm going to get started with our introductions. Like Kelly said, these folks have been selected from the prompt that we partnered with last 2 weeks ago. I've not slept since then. I don't know. And we are really excited to have them here with us. And they are coming from all over the world, which is always exciting for us. And so I'm going to get it started. Our very first contestant for this Story Wars Reedsy collaboration live stream is all the way from Bengaluru, India. We have Aditi Rastogi. Dun 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 dun.
Try to be best, 'cause you're only a man, and a man's got to learn to take it.
Give him a wave. Give him a wave, Aditi. All right, next up.
Thanks, Gabby.
You're welcome. Welcome. Next up from Atlanta, Georgia, we have Iris Silverman.
Try to believe, though the going gets rough, that you gotta hang tough to make it.
All right, and next up, calling in from Loveland, Colorado with a little extra help from a very lovely husband, we have Julie Grayson.
History repeats itself, try and you succeed.
We'll pretend she's giving a princess wave. Or they're giving a princess wave. All right, and coming in from New York City, more specifically Hell's Kitchen, we've learned, we have Liz Grossel. There it is. All right, and coming in from Richmond, Virginia, which ironically is where I am right now, even though that is not where I'm supposed to be, is Nicole C.
Nothing's gonna ever keep you down. You're the best around. And nothing's gonna ever keep you down. You're the best around.
And coming in from New Jersey, we've got John Page.
A little bit of all you got to never bring you down. You're the best around. Nothing. You're the best.
All right. Welcome, contestants. We are so excited that y'all are here. This is the part where I explain the rules of how this goes. So Story Wars is all about spontaneous creativity. And for those of you who are tried and true writers, it's also there to make you a little nervous and get you out of your comfort zone. So this is how it works. We are going to be pulling a prompt from a literal jar. Genevieve, do you have said prompt ready for us? Dun, 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 dun. So we will be pulling a prompt from a jar. What you need to know is that none of us know what that prompt is going to be. It is a completely blind prompt for all of us, probably because I either wrote it drunk, a middle schooler wrote it at a writing conference, or a stranger wrote it at a conference. So we quite literally don't know what's going to come up. We're going to pull that prompt, okay? You are going to then get 5 minutes, okay? You will have 5 minutes to write based off of that prompt. There are no genre specificities. There are no type of story rules. You could do poetry if you want. Follow your heart. We just want to make sure that you keep it PG-13. So, keep it at that PG-13 level. Maybe a little closed door smut, not open door smut. Beyond that, there are no limitations to what you can write. And that's true for those of y'all at home as well. So, you get 5 minutes. And at the end of those 5 minutes, everyone who is competing will get a chance to share their story out loud. Now, while y'all are sharing your story, I will be doing very brief little recaps. So for those of you at home, you're welcome to take your own notes for voting, but I will also do a little bit of a recap at the end of each round. There are 3 rounds, okay? And there are 2 ways to win recognition in Story Wars. The first way is best overall. So at the end of this competition, we will announce a runner-up and a best overall for the entire competition. There is also a way to win each round. So every round, not only are you going to be writing to the prompt, we also have something called the superlative. So if you went to public high school in America, you might remember those yearbook superlatives where they say, most likely to succeed, most likely to go to jail, and everything in between. We do something similar. So every round there is a superlative. So not only are you going to try to be getting votes for your story and how it matches the prompt, you also want to try to maybe work towards a superlative. In round 1, and we'll repeat this multiple times. In round 1, the superlative is coming in hot. So we want to hear your best openers. The story who wins coming in hot is the story that really grabs us from the beginning. The second round superlative is leave them wanting more, which is pretty self-explanatory. That is the story within that round that left us wanting more, kept us on our seat. We really wish you had more time to write, but you don't. You only have 5 minutes. And the third round superlative is voice like butter. So this is the storyteller's round. This is where, if you want to bring up, a fun sing-song or be really dramatic or however you want to tell your story, this is for that kind of round. And we will repeat this multiple times. Now, how are you going to win? You're going to win via democracy. So we will be sharing a SurveyMonkey link at the end of each round while we do the recap, and that's where folks can vote. And so once we get those votes tallied up in between each round, we will announce the superlative winner in between rounds and the best overall at the end of the round. All right, I just threw a lot at you. How are we feeling? Do we have any questions? No questions? I did it that well. All right. Well, writers, are you all ready or are you nervous as heck? Or both?
Both.
All right. Remember, this is all about having fun. It's following your intuition, going with your gut, and there really are no wrong answers. So, and also it's not about self-editing. You're probably right the first time it comes out of your head, okay? So, with that, I think it's time for us to pull our very first prompt. Genevieve, our marketing extraordinaire, are you ready to pull our prompt?
I'm so ready. I'm very ready. All right. I'm gonna really get in there. I'm gonna try and get a middle schooler's prompt because they have the most unhinged prompts. So
You gotta dig in deep for those.
Oh, yeah. All right. Your first prompt is, they say the moon is obsolete now. They say the moon is obsolete now.
They say
All
the
right.
moon is obsolete now. You have 5 minutes on the clock. Get writing, writers.
Okay, and your time starts now. Three minutes left. One minute and 30 seconds. Thirty seconds.
off of typing and or writing utensils, your time is up. Woo, you did
John
it.
just dove out of the camera. Like,
Oh man. All right. Well, it was very fun for us to watch you all be incredibly dedicated to your writing. So I hope it was fun for you too. Are you all ready to share your stories? I'm seeing some very mixed emotions and I love it. I love making the writers nervous. All right, so this is how it's going to work. Every round, we'll change up the order a little bit. So we're going to go top to bottom for round 1. We'll go bottom to top for round 2. We'll start somewhere in the middle for round 3. That means, Aditi, you are up first. So tell us your story.
I could only manage like a line. Does that work?
That's you. Whatever you made is great.
Um, okay, so it starts. Even though the moon has craters, there was a time when people compared someone's beauty to its shine, but that time has now gone. That's all I could manage. I changed my story 3 times.
Ooh. Time has now gone. Just like the time on this writing competition. Thank you, Aditi. All right, next up we've got Iris.
Okay. Can you hear me?
mhm.
You're
You
good.
Everyone can hear me?
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. They say the moon is obsolete now. They say a lot of things now. I don't pay attention to it because I'm too busy literally dying in a hospital room where I have been for weeks now with this disease that's eating me alive. The walls don't have eager lines and fluffy clouds like they do in the children's hospital. I remember what that was like the first time I was diagnosed. But one night I saw her, the secretive glow, creating this shyest beam diagonal across the dirty floor. I squinted, suddenly hyper aware of the mass hysteria surrounding this global mystery. I reached for my phone to take a picture, but as soon as I held the camera up to the light, it disappeared. You know, the reporters sometimes lie. A silky smooth voice came out of nowhere, and I whipped my head around so fast, an electric shock went down my spine. Who was talking? They don't want them to see what I have. And then it ended.
Ooh. We've got some intrigue happening. Thank you, Iris. Okay, we love a spooky ookie. All right, next up is Julie.
Julie or Julie's husband, are you there? It's possible that you may be muted. No, can you hear us? If you can't hear us, maybe we'll come back to Julie in a bit.
Yeah, for sure. Let's move on to Liz and we'll come back around.
Sure thing. Can you hear me?
You're good.
Okay, awesome. A star is only born once every 100 years, and that's me. I am that star. It's not that I'm stuck up or anything. I've been preparing for this moment my whole life. Literally. I came out of my mother, stepped in tap shoes, and on stage I went, everyone else be damned. You know that little song Barbara Streisand sang in Funny Girl? My lungs were molded for it. And I know why. My mom played it while I was still in the womb. So here I am, on the stage, about to audition for the biggest show in my life. My heart is steady, my mind blank. The competition lined up in the hallway, they don't know what's coming for them. Because once I blow my pipes, I'll blow them right out of the water. They say the moon is obsolete now. They're right. I am a star. The biggest star. The sun. After I take the stage, there will be no night, no moon, no night, no darkness. I remain as the sun, forever outshining the world.
Ooh. Thank you, Liz. We love it.
I think I have Julie back on. Let me. I need to unmute the guest. Julie or Julie's husband, are you there?
Yeah, this is Julie's husband.
Brilliant.
Awesome.
Can you hear me? Okay, one second.
Yeah.
Let me make sure it works when I switch to the story.
Oh.
Okay, so it the app goes out as soon as I switch over to the Word document. I don't know if you can give us a second so I can transfer it.
We can keep moving on to Nicole.
Yeah.
Okay. All I could come up with was a very short, sad poem. All right. Can you hear me?
You're good.
Okay. They say the moon is obsolete now, although I don't know what that means, and although I don't entirely know how. I can see the changes upon the beach. Where once the shore lapped greedily at my toes, now there's an endless stretch of darkness, and a future not even God himself knows. From my perch in the darkness, I believe them. They say the moon is obsolete now.
Oh, y'all are going dystopic as heck. I love it. That was my genre of choice when I was 12, and I'm here for it as an adult. Thank you, Julie. All right, John, are you ready?
I'm ready. Now that the daylight lasts forever, they say the moon is obsolete now. At first, there seemed to be so much more time, but after a few weeks, the insomnia set in. You know what it is like when your significant other turns off the air conditioner in the night and you're sweating bullets under the sheets. Then the noise of morning trash trucks wakes you with a jolt as the dumpsters are hauled by loud hydraulics. Then the toddler is at the door to play swords again. It's like that 24/7, excruciating. 365 days a year. My eyelids feel like they're being pulled by lead weights. My feet drag zombie like down the streets. Eternal sunshine, eternal exhaustion. They say the moon is obsolete now, but it never stops. The commotion, the light, the noise. I would give anything for one good night of sleep.
Woohoo! John, I feel like you were describing the noises outside my literal apartment window every day. So that felt deep in my soul. All right. Julie and supportive husband. Do we got you?
Yeah. So finally good. All right. The last title tonight, or the last title light. They say the moon is obsolete now, that the shimmering grid of Tethys satellites does a cleaner job of stabilizing tides, that synthetic lunar arrays bathing cities in programmable moonlight are more efficient, more civilized. But I remember the true moon. I remember her scars. The night that decommissioned Luna Station, I stole a shuttle. It wasn't hard. Security protocols dissolved once the Lunar Resource Board transferred the last ore shipment. The docks smelled of stale coolant and disinterest. My boots echoed through hangar C12 where they'd mothballed Aridine, the old Jovian ice hauler I'd retrofitted with my decayed fusion cells in spite. The flight manual said it'd take 18 hours to reach lunar orbit. I made it in 14. Earth's new halo shimmered below the Tethys constellation. 600 silver beetles strung along the equator. Their calibrated gravity fields kept oceans docile for beachfront property mangates. The light arrays banished shadows to museums. From up here, the planet looked like a chessboard. Perfect. Dead. Hello. And that's where it ends.
Ooh. Okay, man. I'm always impressed by people who can world build in 5 minutes because it's not me. So thank you, Julie and supportive husband. All right. So that concludes round one of Reedsy X Story Wars live. You should see, if you are on YouTube right now or in the comments, a link to a survey monkey. You are voting, remember, for best overall. So you can pick 3 people for your best overall of the round. And you are also voting for coming in hot. So the story you felt grabbed you from the beginning. And here is your recap from this round. So let's start with Aditi. We've got the time has now, oh, I can't read my handwriting. Wow. Here I was judging all the typers and I can't read my handwriting. That's embarrassing. The time has now gone. With Iris, we've got, they say a lot of things, but I'm too busy in the hospital with the secret mystery. The reporters lie sometimes and they don't want you to know. With Julie, we've got I remember the moon, the scars, my boots echo through C12, and I look at a chessboard of a planet, which I just thought was a great line. Liz, we've got that's me. I'm the star. On with the tap show. No darkness, only sun. Which I love the little like pageant girl moment we were having. Very unique. Love it. With Julie, we've got an endless stretch of darkness. Ooh, it's giving ocean mysterious vibes. And with John, the daylight lasts forever. Eternal sunshine means eternal exhaustion, which means he probably shouldn't spend some time in Iceland this time of year. So, thank you all for your recap or for your stories. We're going to give folks at home just a minute to go ahead and get their votes in. Writers, you also can vote as well. So, feel free to throw, your votes in for democracy. We are all here for that. Also, I think it's funny that people in the chat say that my facial expressions are priceless. As Kelly said, you should really see me at our smut event.
I have a whole folder in my phone of just Gabby's facial expressions at our smutty event we do in October and like around Valentine's Day, and they are priceless.
Yes, if you've never heard of Story Wars before, please go follow us on Story Wars Clee on Instagram, and you can see much of my face doing those things. So,
if I could also do a bit of housekeeping at this moment, I'm really pleased to see we have 157 people joining us today. If you could possibly give this video a like, it will help it be seen a little bit more. So just give it the good old thumbs up.
Thank you to our YouTube content king, Martin.
Mm-hmm.
Big shout out. All right. Kelly, how much time do you need to be tallying?
Gabby, we are so locked in. I was just dropping a note. Let's give it another minute or so, just about.
All right. Awesome. Well, I also very much appreciated hearing some stories from the chat as well. So I'm going to take a minute and read some of those because I think they're really cool. Shout out to Yosola, who wrote, "It's been 2 months since I came to the cave. I remember that day like it was yesterday. The deafening silence of the sky fell apart and golden waves ripped through bodies like butter." Like, ooh, love that. Moody AF. There were some of y'all said 5 minutes. We only need 30 seconds. So I got to get all the way back to the top of the chat because you were spitting them out like nobody's business. I loved the Alpha Loopy one, which was, "If only it were true. If only the moons on my planet was obsolete. We could have stayed. All 3 are going to be full at the same," I'm going to assume she means time. "It's the first time this has happened in 525 years. And I don't know if that's going more towards like a werewolf vibe or like an alien like moment in space vibe or both. And I'm also not sure if werewolves in space has been done yet. But I just gave somebody a free idea, so have fun with that."
All right, I think we have our superlative winner ready to go. All right.
Ellie, are you ready? Oh, Genevieve, just kidding.
All right, so our winner for coming in hot is, virtual drum roll, is Liz. Yay, Liz!
Nothing's gonna ever keep you down. You're the best.
You really spoke to somebody who watches a lot of TLC and like pageant babies, and there must be a lot of those fans in this chat. So good job. Congrats. All right, we are ready to keep moving on to round. Huh?
I was just going to say, I feel connected to that little star in the story because very much small Genevieve.
Genevieve, oh, you did do tap. No, you did karate.
Oh, I did all the dances. Oh, yeah.
She was, Liz, right. You might have actually been writing about Genevieve. All right, are we ready for round 2? Everybody get a little loose if you can. You've done it once, you can do it 2 more times. All right. So,
All
Here,
right.
what are we getting for round 2? Genevieve's
Well,
digging in deep.
I want to mix them up. All righty. Oh, this is definitely a middle schooler one. All right. Your round 2 prompt is your character gets zapped back in time to the 50s at a ski resort in Switzerland. So your character gets zapped back in time to the 50s at a ski resort in Switzerland.
So many specificities there. Okay, let me TLDR it for you. Time travel, ski resort, the 1950s, and Switzerland. Good luck.
And
Mark them
go.
down. And your superlative for this round is leave them wanting more.
Three minutes left. Two minutes. 30 seconds.
Five, 4, 3, 2, 1. All right, writers, hands off of keyboards and or notebooks. I'm going to do my best to have better handwriting this time. Are we ready to hear the stories about your time traveling 1950s Switzerland experiences happening? All right. So, like I said, remember, voters at home, the superlative for this round is leave them wanting more. And we start from the bottom of the list for storytelling this time. So that means, John, good timing to get back on screen because you are up first.
Okay. All right, this was a difficult one. You guys ready?
We're ready.
From the Princeton physics lab to hurtling down the mountain in St. Moritz, the skis were not made of some futuristic carbon composite. I was riding on what looked like two plyboards I'd pulled off the wall in my basement. At the bottom of the ski resort, bumping down the hill, I could hear a kid with a stereo blasting "Why Do Fools Fall in Love" by Elvis for the folks enjoying champagne spritzers at the après ski event. A man with a twisted mustache greeted me as I arrived and decoupled my skis, holding a clipboard. "Is this where I can find Mr. Churchill?" "He's in the back room with a cigar and a pint of whiskey, young man. And who are you?" "Who might you be?" "I am an envoy. I've come a long way with a special message." "Will he be expecting you?" "Yes, please tell him I have a message from his great-grandson." I wasn't aware that he had one. Neither is he.
Okay, John. Oh, it's given I'm not even gonna pretend I know names right now. I just lost everything that was in my head. Oh my god. The one the one about the time travel and the assassination. It's like literally
Oh yeah, the one story with
the
the
one
time travel and the assassination. Right.
I've never heard of that one.
that specifically. Thank you, John. My quips will get better, or they won't, and everyone on YouTube's gonna have to suffer. Next up is Nicole.
Oh, Nicole, sorry, give me a second. I've still got you muted. One moment. Try again, Nicole. Can you try unmute yourself?
No. We can
okay.
see you talking. We can talking.
All right. I don't know what it. Oh, there we are. Go for it.
Now can you hear me?
Oh, I think we can hear you now. Try now.
Okay. I think I'm good now. Okay. All right. The fireplace crackled from across the lobby. I yearned to roast my fingers, toes, all my extremities across it like a pig on a spit. The snow was coming down outside in a tantamount blizzard, and the splotchiness creeping across my bare legs was evidence enough to prove my displacement. I could have sworn I set the device to St. Lucia, but a telling buzz of electricity upon my transport journey and a large alpine horn resting prominently in a corner set off alarm bells inside my head. In a corner of the room, a radio murmured words I could barely make out. Korea, war, unprecedented, bloodshed.
Whoa! Thank you, Nicole. Ironically, I'm pretty sure someone in the chat literally said, "So we're writing about the Korean War, right?" So that's crazy. I think you have an industry plant. Thank you, Nicole. All right. Next up, we've got Liz.
Once again, 1 second. I may need to unmute you. I've got too many peoples here. 1 moment, please. Okay, can you try now?
Sure. Can you hear me now?
Yeah, perfect.
Awesome. Okay. Did my husband ever teach me to ski? Oh God, how did I start thinking like this already? I've only been in the 50s for like 10 odd minutes, and already my feminism is melting away with the snow down the ski slope. I've been obsessed with the 50s since my first college history class. You know, the benzos, the appliances, the crazy socialite parties, the movie Carol. Oh, right, let me repeat. I loved the movie Carol, the really gay one with Kate Blanchett. How did I think I'd be okay here? I don't want to be married to a man. Well, I love the 50s. I should have thought twice about actually transporting myself to here. I don't belong here. Definitely not here, where half my closet is skirts and pashminas. And I definitely don't belong in skis. What was I thinking? Next time I attempt a college thesis, I'll stick to reading books in the library rather than actually traveling to the eras.
Ooh.
Perfection. Perfect.
So good.
I also would have been me in college, but like I studied the 1890s, also not a good time to be, and you know, a woman. So I feel it. I love it. We hear it. Thank you, Liz. Next up, we've got Julie and Julie's supportive husband.
Oh, Julie, I think you are still muted, so it could be in midst of the copy paste thing. Julie's husband, do you need a little bit more time? I see you are still muted. Should we come back to Julie, maybe?
Yep. All right. Moving on to Iris.
Iris, from last time, I think your
really
volume was a
struggled with this
little
one.
bit on the low side. So if you could speak closer to
really?
the mic, yeah.
Okay, how is it now?
Yeah, better, I guess. We'll see.
Okay. All right. Okay. This woman named Greta kept offering me these gooey chocolatey fudge balls that just melted in my mouth like ice cream. And suddenly everybody had really blonde hair and spoke to me like I was a special guest. I fumbled around for my phone, nearly knocking over a tray of cheese in the meantime, but it was nowhere to be found. How did I end up here? Nearly a minute ago, I was wandering aimlessly through the candle aisle of TJ Maxx, exhausting my nose with a sort of smell marathon, if you would. Are we in the Swiss Alps? I asked, dumbfounded. Greta laughed so hard I thought she might inhale the chocolate ball she had up to her mouth. You think we're somewhere that nice? While she sauntered off to undo and redo one of her long, thick braids, I took a minute to look outside the window. Far in the distance, I saw ski lifts and people wearing puffy suits. It looked pretty nice to me, but something seemed off.
Ooh. Nice. Okay. Thank you, Iris. I love the TJ Maxx shout out. All right. Aditi, are you ready?
Yeah.
All right.
All right. So where is this? Is this freaking Switzerland? When I thought of time traveling to a random location, this isn't what I had in mind. I hate winters, and it's freezing when I'm in a little tree and shorts. Why can't they prepare us better? Have some rules to where you end up. I mean, skiing. I would have preferred burning to a crisp than wherever this is. The mountains are beautiful, though. I have to agree. The people are actually skiing, having fun rather than taking selfies. That has to count for something. So since I'm here, I will grab some gear too, I guess, and zoom down a mountain. That's it.
We love it. We love it. I too would also be like, really? You couldn't have sent me, call back over to Nicole to St. Lucia? That would have been nice. Thank you, Aditi. All right, Julie and Julie's supportive husband. Are we ready?
Oh, sorry.
Yes. You can hear us now?
Yes,
You're
excellent.
good.
Yay. Okay, yeah, sorry, the other thing crashed. All right. The chronoslope of Zermatt. The blizzard swallowed the Matterhorn whole. Leah Rosengall squinted into her goggles, her skis trembling on the edge of the Schwarzsee glacier. The storm wasn't on any forecast. One moment, the sky had been Swiss postcard blue. The next, a wall of snow screamed down the mountain, rerouting her off-piste adventure with the whiteout chaos. She side-slipped towards a cluster of pines, hoping for shelter, and slammed into a chairlift tower that shouldn't exist. The metal was ice-crusted, its paint peeling to reveal rusted acrylic lettering. Kroho 1983. Soviet? Lena wiped the snow from the support beam. The nearest lift was a sleek gondola system installed in 2002. This relic looked half century old, or older. A crackle is static. And it ends.
Ooh. Thank you, Julie, and supportive husband. Whose name maybe we'll get one day, but it's more fun for you to be anonymous at this point. So I'm committing to that bit. All right. And here is your recap for this round. While Kelly puts the link in the chat, remember you are looking for the superlative leave them wanting more, and you get 3 votes for best overall. So starting with John, we've got Princeton physics turned to Switzerland. Why do fools fall in love by Elvis? And is Mr. Churchill here? He doesn't know I'm coming because he doesn't know I exist. Nicole, roasting pig on a spit is the ideal state when you're not in St. Lucia. They should have sent you somewhere else. Liz, it takes 10 minutes for the feminism to melt away. You really should have done your thesis in the library instead of the primary resources. Primary sources. Oof, I'm literally on a college campus right now and the words aren't coming. Julie, Kronos Zermatt, which I cannot spell. It is no longer Swiss postcard blue. Things are popping up from everywhere where they're not supposed to be. Iris, Greta, fudge balls, blondes, and definitely not the candle aisle of TJ Maxx. Aditi, is this freaking Switzerland? Rather be burning to a crisp, but at least there are no selfie sticks. And that is your recap for round 2. Woo! Woo! All right, so we're going to give you a few minutes here to get your votes in. And I am going to go back to reading some of these fun stories that we heard in the chat. There was one in particular that I thought was hilarious. And it had something to do with like beach shorts. So I need to go find that again.
Yeah.
That was also like straight off the cuff. Y'all really waste no time over here in the chat. Let's see. Oh my gosh, I can't find it. Okay. While somebody else finds it, let's see what else we got here. Ooh. Okay. We've got, as the snow smacks my goggles, I backflip on the mountain and something illuminates in the snow. Now I'm on the Happy Days show as Fonz. Yeah. Which I'm just here for the yeah of it. Let's see, what else do we got?
I found the swim trunks one.
Tell us, Genevieve.
It's just a cute little quip. It's I'm in swim trunks for Christ's sake. A little forewarning, please. Which I thought was so cute. Love it.
I love that. I like Firefly over here saying it's the 1952 championship and our buddy Bobby is sick. Can you pretend to be Bobby? Like we're doing time travel cheating? Come on, people. There's an easier way to fake a trophy. What else we got?
I like Sakina's here says 2 words or maybe 3. I was too cold to care.
I like that. I like that one a lot. I like this. Oh, I like the Brandy Hawkins said the aroma of coffee is what woke me. Not because I love it, which I do, but because when I went to sleep, I was alone and I was in a tent on a beach in Southern California. Slowly, I opened my eyes. Ooh. I love an embedded comma moment. So, those always appeal to me. What else we got? Genevieve, you find some you like? And if I'm not saying yours, it's not because I don't like it. It's because I'm like scrolling very quickly, like a college trying to do their homework. Oh, I like this one. Time traveler, involuntarily. Also allergic to wool, which is relevant because that's all anyone in the 50s wears. Ever try hitchhiking in lederhosen with a rash the size of Luxembourg? Good job, Miss Mary. Good job. Love that. All right, Kelly saying just a little bit longer for. Yeah. Oh no, we got it. All right,
I think Genevieve, we have our superlative winner. Yeah. All right. So
Seriously.
your superlative winner for Leave 'em Wanting More is virtual drum roll. Is John! Yay, John!
Around. Nothing's gonna ever keep you down. You're the best.
Yay, John, you did it! Congratulations! I want
Thank you.
everyone to know before we start round 3 that I am currently in a business office that is not my own. So the entire office of people who work here, again, not my coworkers, just watched me go. So these are the things we do for stories, people. Uh, are we ready for round 3? If I can put myself out there in a room full of strangers, you can put yourselves out there for round 3. Remember, the superlative for this round is voice like butter. So it is the storyteller's round. This is where you can get creative with how you're telling your story. And Genevieve, are you ready to pull the prompt?
Yes, I am ready. All right. With a flourish. They all stick together. That's what takes them so long. My giant hand takes forever to pick a single one out. All right. Your round 3 superlative, I'm sorry, your round 3 prompt is you're halfway through the Boston Marathon and ... You're halfway through the Boston Marathon and ... I'm really hoping we get some Boston accents in these story readings because I need that.
I want a Southern accent who traveled up to Boston and is very confused. Anyway, that's just if we were writing the stories. Clearly, we started as the writers here when we started Story Wars. All right, friends, you have 5 minutes on the clock for round 3, and your time starts when Martin puts it up on the screen.
All right, now.
Woo!
3 minutes left. 2 minutes remaining. "60 seconds.
Five, four, three, two, one. Bum, 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 bum. All right. Hands off of keyboards. And that concludes the writing portion of round 3 of Story Wars X Reedsy Live. This is the make or break it round. Woo! All right. Are y'all ready? It could be anyone's game right now. So, we have had people come from the bottom all the way to the front with round 3. We've had people, lose the title they thought they had from round 3. It is anyone's game. So, we start in the middle. As a reminder, your prompt is I was in the middle of the Boston Marathon and then ... And your superlative for this round is voice like butter. I also just want to point out that somebody has already predicted, hey now in the comments, that, these will be poop stories. So if they guessed correctly, I'm going to be really proud of them and also concerned for all of you. So let's get started. We're starting in the middle and we're starting with Liz over in New York.
Okay, guys, can you hear me?
You're great.
Awesome. Okay. Lipstick stains on the pillowcase, his cologne in the sheets, our song playing on loop. Lipstick stains on the pillowcase, cologne on sheets, our song, our song, our song. I say it over and over, a Hail Mary, but not for penance. It keeps me going. How could she do this to me? I knew the guy, for Christ's sakes. We went fishing together, caught a big sea bass once, threw it on the grill. I placed that sea bass in her mouth later and she grinned, licked my fingers clean. I married her because when I looked at her, I saw gray hairs and kids with that same cheek dimple I memorized like the back of my hand. I promised to cherish and to hold. And I did. I did. But what did she leave me with? With her lipstick stains on the pillowcase, and his cologne in our sheets, and our song, playing as I come up the stairs and see the carnage. Clock it. Brand it on the sulci of my brain. I'm halfway through the Boston Marathon, and I see it. I see the whole thing happen over and over, and I run. I run the fastest I ever have, away from the life that we could have had, and away from the cheating and the lying that broke the man in me. Lipstick stains on the pillowcase, his cologne in the sheets, our song. I run it all off.
Thank you, Liz. All right, you know what? We love a healthy coping mechanism when it comes to trauma. So, A+. All right, next up is Nicole from potentially right down the street from wherever I am in Richmond. So,
Okay, can you hear me?
You're good.
Good. Okay. All right. Is it possible for one's feet to fall off from running alone, or for your lungs to punch through the walls of your chest like Muhammad Ali? Picture this. You're halfway through the Boston Marathon and surrounded by the cacophony of cheers, distant car horns, in accents that would call those car horns car horns, when you feel the blood drain from the upper half of your body. Anyone could have predicted this, and I mean anyone. Hell, even a blind monkey could have seen this train wreck coming from a mile away. That's what you get for sneaking your way into one of the world's most prestigious marathons, I suppose. But there was no way I was going to qualify and check this one off my bucket list before my terminal diagnosis reared its ugly head. As the world melted into a blur and the pavement drew near, all I could think was, after this is over, I wonder if I can also check off grabbing a brewski at Sam Adams once I regain consciousness.
Are y'all okay? We've had 2 stories and we've already had infidelity and terminal illness. John, what do you have for us?
Okay, neither one of those. All right. Stepping onto the mat, I hear a beep. Halfway, mile 13. And then it happened. A gurgle in my stomach, and just for a moment, I lost focus. It must have been a bad gel, or maybe it was that salty orange I grabbed at mile 10. A child, blonde hair, bright blue eyes, in front of me, pointing viciously at a spot on the pavement. Too late. I watch in slow motion as my right foot in my fresh blue Hoka sneakers lands on a solid stick of butter. Butter, you ask? Did I stutter? Or should I say stutter? Yes, butter. These spectators had a tray of bagels, plastic knives and butter, but the stick had fallen, slick and gooey in the April sun, and my foot landed flush. My legs were over my head, the world spinning, and I hit the pavement hard. All around me were spectators aghast, but somehow I pulled myself up with a shudder, stepped forward with a flutter, and continued on with a mutter. Someone should really do a better job of managing this course. Some people are trying to PR here.
Love it.
I can't believe you got some rhymes in on there too. Good job, John. All right, next up we've got Aditi.
Can you hear me? Can everyone hear me?
Yeah, you're good.
We are halfway through the Boston Marathon, and she's running beside me. I want to say the words so bad. Not saying them is like holding a gun to my own head, like holding a barrel in my mouth. My tongue keeps pushing it around, moving it to the side of my cheek, then to my lips, thrusting it between my gritted teeth, then all the way to the back of my throat. I can't keep it in any longer, but I can't seem to spit it out. I want to pull the trigger so bad. Hear the shot, watch my brains paint the ground we're running on red. But I keep running. We have only reached halfway, and there's still a long way to go. That's it.
What was he saying? Oh my gosh, that left me wanting more. Dang, we should backvote. Thank you, Aditi. All right, next up is Iris.
Okay. Can you guys hear me?
You're good.
Okay. All right. You're halfway through the Boston Marathon and he calls you. Sweat dripping down crevices you didn't even know you had, and his picture pops up on the screen. And you freeze, the wind that was gliding across your back like a pontoon boat through the lake disappearing. Expensive soles of determined feet slap the ground ahead of you, almost as if they're mocking you. You stopped. You stopped for him. While the rest of the determined racers continue forward, I stop. I sit down on the hot pavement, the burn of the ground like a punishment to myself. Half of a deli sandwich lies next to my right foot. After preparing for months in the sweltering Georgia heat, begging strangers for water halfway through, and carb loading with heaps of pasta, I'm meticulously prepared. You have ended it all for me. I walk away, kicking the sandwich on my way out. A sad piece of ham stays behind.
Oh, okay. I love the resentment that is like radiating off of y'all. Thank you, Iris. All right, Julie and Julie's supportive husband, bring us home for round 3.
Oh, just have to unmute. There you go.
Oh, there we go. All right, third time's a charm. All right. The screen tunnel rattles my bones. Wellesley college students raw. Their cheers a tempest of enthusiasm. I'm drenched, rain blending with sweat, lungs burning, legs laden. The clock on my wrist reads 13.1 miles, halfway. My knee throbs. That old injury, a relic from the car accident 2 years ago, whispers threats. Stop. Quit. But when I see her, a little girl in a yellow raincoat waving a sign, run like you stole something. Her grin mirrors my daughter's. Memory flashes, hospital lights, the doctor's grave tone. You might not walk without pain again. I'd clutch my daughter's tiny hand, vowing silently, this isn't the end. The crowd's frenzy fades as I focus on the rhythm. Left, right, breathe. The asphalt blurs, my knee screams, but so does my heart. Louder. A volunteer hands me water. You've got this, she yells. That's it.
Did you just bring in a dead one?
As best as I could.
Oh my gosh. Did Julie make you do that accent? Was that part of your instructions? Thank you, Julie, and supportive husband, for making us sad. All right, and that concludes round 3. Y'all have made it to the end. Congratulations. All right, the Survey Monkey link is already in the chat. Here is your recap for the final round. Remember, the superlative is voice like butter, but I do appreciate other versions of the creative use of this superlative. So let's start with Liz. Lipstick, cologne, our song. Lipstick, cologne, our song. Oh, she a cheater. We love a healthy coping mechanism. Nicole, can your feet fall off? Car horns. Gotta make my personal record before the terminal illness? Maybe you can get a brewski at Sam Adams too. Everybody's dying or cheating or sad. Or tipping over butter, as in John's. Gurgle. Not the blue hoka slipping on butter. Shudder, flutter, mutter, personal record. Aditi needs to say the words. Is this a morbid AF expression of love trying to come out? Iris. Crevices you didn't even know you had. You stop for him and lose it all and kick the pan with that dang sandwich. Julie. Did Julie make her husband do the accent? A relic from the car accident. Run like you stole something. She reminds him of her daughter. Is it a dead daughter? ... And the best attempt you probably had for a Boston accent, so we'll accept it. And that concludes your recap for round 3. Give yourselves a round of applause, writers. You made it to the end. All right, I've got to ask. Somebody's got to tell me, like, how was it to do the writing in that short of time?
Tough.
Tough.
That
so
was
real. Well, you all did it. We
I was
so appreciate you all. It's a muscle you gotta learn to play. Oh wow. Well, we are so grateful that you risked it all to do this on camera live in front of a live audience from literally all over the world. I think we have most continents represented. You all did that. That is so awesome. This is just one way that we really try to engage writers and creatives of all kinds and people who don't even think that they're creative in this process of writing and community together. So I want to thank you all for participating with us. If you joined the chat late or have never heard of us before, this is a collaboration between Reedsy and Story Wars. Story Wars is a writing competition, writing community, reading community based out of Cleveland, Ohio, lovingly called the Dirty Clee. And myself, Kelly, and Genevieve are the kind of three folks who try to bring Story Wars to people all over the world. So it's really exciting to be able to have this opportunity to do so with Reedsy. If you are at all local to us in Northeast Ohio, the Midwest generally, I highly encourage you to pop into Cleveland for one of our events. We do monthly events at lots of different local institutions. We also really try to support our local businesses, local nonprofits. Just last night, Genevieve and Kelly were hosting Poetry Wars, which was a collaboration with poetry organizations that we have here in Cleveland. If you are not local to us, but you like our vibe, let us know. And, if there's a collaboration you want to have, if you're part of a group or an organization or a corporate company that would love to do something like this to tell stories, bring people together, build community. We collaborate with all types of organizations, businesses, nonprofits, the like. And we are clearly willing to do virtual as well. So enjoy every opportunity we can to build and bring community together around creativity and whatever that looks like for you. So that's a little bit of my commercial break. Genevieve, Kelly, y'all got anything to add?
I think you nailed pretty much everything. We're really grateful to everyone, all of the participants, as well as everyone who took part in our story contest with Reedsy last week or 2 weeks ago. I don't remember now. Time is made up anyways. But special thanks to all the participants today on this virtual event, because I know it's hard, especially as creatives, we like to, only present and put forth like our perfect pieces, perfectly edited. And so it's a really vulnerable thing, but I hope you guys had fun and like got in touch with that like letting go of overly self-editing and overthinking stuff and reconnecting with your writer's instinct to just kind of like go with the flow. So and then
we also
Kelly is frozen. He looks a little bit like it's giving like, I don't know, true crime doc headshot a little bit. But I do think he's currently tallying the votes. So
yes, we will tell from whatever Kelly is saying. It is thank you so much. This was awesome, and then it probably involved a laugh.
Yeah.
I also want to take a moment to really also thank our partners in this collaboration, Reedsy. They have been awesome collaborators. Clearly, this could not have happened without them and without you all as their audience. We've been fans of Reedsy for a while, and being able to work with them on this project has been so fun, so exciting. We love bringing this work to a new audience and an audience that really cares about the work they're doing and come from all different kind of experiences when it comes to writing and reading and listening. So we're just so grateful to the Reedsy team for really making this possible. So, as a maybe perhaps shameless plug for Reedsy, if you haven't utilized their resources yet, you really should. I would highly, highly recommend it because clearly their values are in the right spot. They are very aligned with wanting to make sure that writers have access to the opportunities that are going to help them best. And so, we are just one example of that, right? Of being able to provide this awesome opportunity for y'all for free, to be able to engage together. And so super grateful for them and just can't say enough about how great it is to work with organizations that we also really believe in. So I just, want to give that little plug as well. Also want to point out that if you got all the prompt ads on Reedsy for the prompt competition, I hope it looked familiar with my little blue headband. I like to pretend that graphic was made specifically of me. I don't think the person who made that graphic has ever met me, but we're all going to pretend that it was a portrait. So of their little
spiritual portrait for sure.
Exactly. Yeah. All right. So Frozen Kelly has been tallying in the background, and we do have our winners. So Genevieve, I think it's up to you to give us our final superlative, voice like butter, before we get into it.
Yes. Oh, sorry. Yes, I will. I didn't mean to cut you off. So yes, our final superlative, voice like butter, is going to our unnamed supportive husband / Julie with the Boston accent.
You're the best around. Nothing's gonna ever keep you down. You're the best.
Congratulations, Julie and supportive husband. We love to hear it. Okay, I think this is the moment. If you would like to share, supportive husband, what is your name?
AA Ron.
AA Ron. Shout out to AA Ron for being an awesome support. All right. And now for our runner up and our winner. So I don't know if y'all forgot in having all the fun here that we are competing for money. So our winner will be receiving $1,000. But we also want to shout out our runner up, so our second best with votes. And I want to point out the vote difference here between the runner up and the winner was 4 votes. There were 4 votes between the runner up and the winner. So just know that this was a hard fought battle. All right. Are we ready? Are y'all ready?
Yes.
Okay. Your runner up is Liz. Congratulations, Liz, for your runner-up title. Like I said, you were so close. You were right there. And it's now time to announce our winner. Our winner, by the skin of their teeth, John. Congratulations, John. How are you feeling? You are the first Reedsy winner of Story Wars live stream.
That's amazing. I wasn't expecting I don't have a speech. I wasn't expecting to do that well. This is actually a lot of fun, but it's really hard. I mean, to write 3 coherent stories. Although I got to say, the stuff that Julie came up with was so comprehensive and with like full characters and plots. I was like blown away by some of the stuff that she put out.
Thank you.
Liz also, the couple of the ones that she did, the writing was melodious and really beautiful, and she had a very interesting theme on 2 of them that I thought was really good. Everybody had great stuff, so I think everybody should get a round of applause, right?
We agree. John, that was so like graceful of you. I love that. And that's like exactly what we love about Story Wars. Yeah, like it's, we try to keep our competition, well, this is the most expensive win we have, but like we try to keep our competition low stakes and friendly and really about the community. So I think that speaks to, the type of community y'all have here too. I also want to remind our superlative winners, you're not going home with nothing. You are actually going home with Reedsy credit to be able to support your future writing endeavors and the things you might need through Reedsy. So I wanted to make sure that got let out too, that, folks who have won in other ways, you are going home with something as well. So congratulations all. Thank you so much for being a part of this. Thank you to Martin for being an amazing moderator, being our YouTube hero through all of this and creating the live stream and keeping everything flowing. If you liked this, please let us know. Make sure that you are leaving comments as such, so that we might be able to do this again sometime. And if you like what we do here at Story Wars, feel free to follow us on Instagram at Story Wars Clee, or see us online at storywarsclee.com. I think that's it from me. We love y'all.
And Shadow Kelly, I'm sure is raising the roof right now and hooting and hollering. So thank you from the whole Story Wars to everyone, writers and watchers alike. And of course, second to what Gabby said, thanks, Martin, for all that you did for us today.
And thank you, everyone, for tuning in and joining us for this fantastic event. Again, thank you to the Story Wars gang, to Kelly, to Genevieve, to Gabby, thank you so much. It's been, a lot of fun putting this together and seeing so many people involved. Again, big thank you to our contestants, Aditi, Iris, Julie, Liz, Nicole, John, and to AA Ron for his great vocal performance there at the end. If you enjoyed this, please give this a like and consider subscribing to Reedsy's YouTube channel. We put out new stuff every day and have live events as often as we can put them out. Okay, thank you very much. Goodbye.